not going to sugarcoat it. Let me just get this out the way, because you motherfuckers love to be oblivious. A baby, when you are not ready, can ruin your life. That nobody wants to say it out loud, so I'm going to say it out loud. A baby, when you're not ready for a baby, is a curse and not a blessing. It can ruin your fucking life. And this is what no mothers want to say. Everybody, we all know it. We tuck it internally. But I'm going to tell you guys this because there's a young generation of girls who aren't being told. And so what's happening is they're having the babies and their lives are ruined. And that's why we have so many people turning to drugs and alcohol. The one female that I know right now, she was always on her shit. She decided to lay down with an ain't shit ass nigga and have 3 babies. Okay? A girl that I personally know in our demographic. A lot of us know her. She's fiend the fuck out right now. Her kids are living wild, frivolous, homeless for the last 4 years. You know why? Because nobody told her that having kids would ruin your life. She had a baby shower. She had cute little dresses for her first daughter. She had all that. Had an apartment. But nobody had a real discussion with her. So she kept laying down with this toxic ass man. Toxic. Guess what? Now does nothing for her kids. Her kids are homeless. You think the kids are with the dad? No, they're not, because he doesn't give a fuck, and neither does the mother-in-law. But these are the sad truths. Nobody wants to talk about it because no.
Having a baby with the wrong man / too early will ruin your career, it will ruin your life, it will drain the life force out of you. Let's use Naomi Osaka and Halle Bailey as examples. Halle Bailey was on the rise. She was in Disney movies, she was everywhere, and then she got pregnant by DDG. Now where's Halle? We don't hear about her at all, unless it's in the tabloids, her looking downtrodden and crying on the street or pushing a stroller, and that is all she is known for now. He is in the news, he is on Twitch, he is on YouTube, talking all kinds of shit about her, saying all kinds of things, and that is sullying her brand. No advertiser, no studio wants to align with that because it's bad for business. And then we look at Naomi Osaka, again, once a darling of the tennis world, goes and has a baby and her mental health is in crisis. And do I think it is because she is not doing as well as she did before? Probably, but I think she also sees that her career is slipping through her fingers because of A, the break that she took to have said baby, but also the mental health toll that it takes to have a child when you are young and you are not with someone who is a supportive partner. Let this be a lesson to women young and old. Who you have a baby with will completely reframe and reshape your life for either the better or the worse. And this is not to dog on these women. I'm never here to talk shit about a woman because women are the best. We are the ones that make the world go forward. But if you do not realize the power of your pom-pom and you give it up to any old whatever and you let them put a seedling in you, it will ruin your life. It will ruin your career. It will snag the life force and the potential that your life had. Now, is this to say you can never recover? No, but it'll be a fucking hard climb. It'll be steep, it will be uphill, and it will be met with so much, I don't even know the word for it. It will be really hard. So, think long and hard before you decide to have a baby. Think long and hard and look at the man that you are going to do it with and say, will this person be what I need to support me so that I can get to where I always intended to go? Because a man will impregnate you to slow you down, to stifle your growth, to make sure that you don't rise above him. Don't be that girl.
I don't understand how kids my age are having kids right now. Now, mind you, I'm 26 years old, so it's actually very reasonable for people to be having kids right now at this age. But here's the thing, I feel like I'm still a kid myself. I've barely scratched the surface on my true interest and passions and hobbies in this life, and you're bringing in new life? That's crazy to me. I'm just not ready for that. And don't get me wrong, I want to be a mother more than anything in this life, but I just know I'm not ready because here's my biggest fear. I would hate to get pregnant before I'm ready. And I know people are going to be like, you're never really going to be ready. No, but hear me out. It would ruin my life if I were to get pregnant right now because I have spent like the past 25 years of my life basically following the guidelines of what other people told me to do, of what society told me I should do, of what my family told me I should do, just checking off all the boxes. And I would hate to have a kid and feel like I've never really got to live my life for myself and really explore myself and my hobbies, interests, and passions, and then just push all those interests and everything I didn't do onto my kids, onto my children. Like, that is my biggest fear. So like every time I see someone my age having kids, I'm just like, damn, that could never be me. And I could never fall into the societal pressure of like, you should be having kids now because you're over 25 and you should be having... No, you could never pressure me into doing that, because like, hate for the cycle to keep repeating itself, of the cycle of following societal pressures and guidelines and never really getting to explore themselves and truly be a kid. And I don't know, am I rambling? Am I making sense? And then they have these kids and they're bound with them for life, and then they have a crash out because they feel like that is their whole life and they never really got to live. Like, do you not get what I'm saying? Like, that would be my biggest fear. So it's like, please let me live my life right now, even if it's just for a couple of years. Like, can I just live for once in my life? Can I?
Having children was the biggest mistake of my life. I'm 32, female, tired. My 30 male husband is tired. We both work 9 till 5. He commutes 3 hours a day and works in construction. There's no downtime. The constant cleaning, breaking up tantrums, long lists of things to do, I hate it. We are exhausted. No matter how much we sleep, we are never rested. I hate being a mother. There is no village. Everyone talks a good game until it's time to show up. I've toyed with the idea of just separating and giving him full custody just so I don't have to do this shit full time anymore. I feel like a shell of a person. I can't stand it. I honestly just want to run away and not look back.
Why is it that whenever there's like an abortion restriction or ban or something, all these pro-life people start like celebrating, and I specifically see all these people being like, finally these babies will be born into this world. Like, what are you not getting? I don't want to have a baby. It's not like I'm gonna like, you're gonna ban abortion, I'll be like, oh, guess I'm gonna have the baby. I'm not having the fucking baby. If I was not committed to not having a baby, I wouldn't get an abortion. I'm not having a baby. I don't think you understand this. The abortion's just like the safest, easiest way to go about not having the baby. I will poison myself. I will put myself through any number of injuries if I have to. If it comes to it, I would literally rather die than like grow a baby inside of my body and carry it to term. And you're like, oh, the wonders of motherhood. No, it's like it's the most horrifying experience I could imagine. I'm not having a baby. I don't know what about that is not getting through to you.
Can we just get real for a second about how many intrusive thoughts you have as a mom? It's almost debilitating to become a parent. TV shows are ruined, movies are ruined, certain songs feel ruined. Everything just feels so much more real, so much scarier. Even the idea of dying is 10 times scarier. Like, even putting my son down for bed, I was looking at him and just realizing one day I won't. There is no such thing as eternal life, and we'll also never know how long we have on this earth. I can almost understand why some people remain childless simply for the ease of anxiety. It's such a beautiful journey, but it's consistently emotional. Does that even make sense?
I just saw an interview where a guy was talking about how having kids was the worst decision he ever made. Like, it ruined his life and his wife's life. And that's not to say you shouldn't have kids if you want to, because you should definitely have kids if you want to. But this guy openly admitted that he manipulated his wife into having kids. She didn't want to do it when they met. And he said that was fine, even though he really wanted to have kids. And so they fell in love and they were about to get married. And he was like, yeah, actually, I lied before I want kids. Like, you can't do that. That's a big thing. That's a big decision. Don't just like hope people are going to change their mind. Because then she did. She agreed. She's like, I'll have one, but under the conditions that, like, I don't have to give up my career. I don't have to do this, that, and the other. Anyway, ended up getting pregnant with twins, had a traumatic birth experience, suffers from postpartum depression, and they had to do like a C-section and something else happened. And so now she's just in chronic pain all the time. So she can't work. And she was like the breadwinner. Like, she made the majority of the income. So be honest with your partner. Do not assume that they'll come around. It's really messed up.
Having a child is selfish, and I feel like if we all acknowledged that, the world would be a better place. My child is 3.5. The pregnancy was planned and she was very much wanted. But ultimately, the reason I had a baby was because I wanted one. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to make that decision, even though it is selfish. It's not for the child. They don't exist yet. It's not for anyone else's benefit. It was just because I wanted to be a parent. And in doing so, I created new life, a new person. And that new person now has to live life and grow, and it's my responsibility to make sure that I give her good morals and an education and a healthy and safe childhood and all of that stuff. And I think calling it what it is, calling it a selfish decision, a self-serving decision, helps parents to take responsibility for that decision. Because I've heard parents try to justify their decision to have a child by saying something like, I want to raise that child to make the world a better place, or I want to raise that child differently than my parents raised me. But those are your goals for that child. You don't get to have a child for a specific purpose. That child is their own whole individual human, and they get to make their own decisions. So I think when we try to make parenting into this altruistic thing, we lose sight of the fact that our kids are people. Taking part in the creation of my daughter was a selfish act. And that's okay, and now that she exists, I have to be entirely selfless. It is my job as her parent to serve her, to ensure that she is safe and fed and loved and can grow up to be a good human. And a good human in whatever way feels right to her, not the ways that I envision her to be. So I think it's important for parents to acknowledge that the selfishness of I want a baby, as soon as that baby is born, has to turn into an altruistic, this baby needs me. The second that baby moves from being an idea and a concept to a real physical human person, they're no longer serving your wants, needs, and ideals.
I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I just feel like I never could get a fucking break. Like, I have two under two. I have a 1-year-old, and my baby right here is a month and a half. He's 6 weeks. And it just feels like he's such a fussy baby compared to my first baby. He's so fussy that, like, I literally feel like I can never get a fucking break. I can never get a fucking second to myself. It's like I have a partner, and don't get me wrong, he's great and he helps out when he can and stuff like that. And he does what he's supposed to do. But it's a thing of when you're a mom, you don't get to just be like, oh, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going here. I'm going there. No, you have to ask permission. You can't just get a second. You can't. Whereas everyone else, they can be like, oh, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going here. I'm going to the store. I'm going, and they can get a breather. You can't fucking do that, because then you feel shitty for leaving your kids on top of everybody, and it feels like a fucking burden. Even like as a woman, even leaving your kid with their dad, it still feels wrong. Like it feels wrong. You don't get that freedom. A man, they can just be like, oh, hey, I'll be back. You have to be like, hey, is it cool if I run up the street to here? We watch the kids. Are you cool watching the kids? It's just like, you constantly have to ask permission. It's like, you can't just get away. You can't. And I'm so fucking exhausted. I'm so fucking tired. Like, I literally juggle these kids. I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but I'm fucking tired. I juggle them. I work. I never get a second, ever. Like, I never just get The only time I get a second is when he's sleeping, and I don't know what it is. I believe he's like colicky, so he's just fussy 24/7. Whenever he's awake, he's fussy. It's so hard to put him down to sleep, and it's such a breather when he's finally sleeping. It's like I literally can't wait till he gets older. This newborn stage has been literally hell with him. They say enjoy the newborn stage. Hell no. It's been hell, this newborn stage. This shit is not cool. No sleep. He is fussy, crying majority of the time when he's awake. I'm tired.
This time period might go down in history as one of the worst eras to have a child. And the reason I'm saying that is obviously not environmentally, because at the end of the day, people were having children during the Holocaust, during slavery, during, the worst times and darkest times in history. But emotionally, there has been a disconnect, and people no longer feel the need to help or have compassion or consideration for single mothers or anyone for that matter. And I'm not saying that people should be forced to help in any way, shape, or form. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to have children with a community in mind or the help of others in mind, really consider, think long and hard about that decision, because socially it's become acceptable to talk and shit on single mothers, unfortunately.
Do you know that nearly 70% of millennial moms say that they feel like they've lost their identity after having a child? Y'all. And that speaks directly to my self-discovery journey, because most women aren't alone in feeling disconnected from themselves after having a kid. They just don't have the space to name it. And I hate that for us. I really, really do. And that's why me being on this journey of really, truly understanding what I love and making the space for it and understanding who I am. And it's not that I'm confused about anything. It's about the fact that I'm evolving as a person. I am a different person than I was the past 10 years. I'm in a new decade, a new chapter. Who is that? What makes me tick? That is so important to me. And that's why you will see it in my content. I will shove that down your throat. I don't care. Because I feel like so many women, not just moms, need to know that. So if you're a mom, or if you're not a mom and you're just a girly in your 20s, your late 20s, your 30s, your 40s, anywhere in life, and you feel like you're going through a season, a chapter where you're just feeling like, which way is up? Who am I? Girl, we are going through it, okay? You are not alone. Take the time. Use your resources. Lean on those people. Don't feel bad about it. They're there for a reason. Use them as you can and make the time and the space to truly understand you. Sending you tons of love. Love you.
Motherhood is having to leave your house, go and sit in a random fucking parking lot and get the fuck away from everybody in your house before you literally hurt yourself or somebody in that motherfucker. I hate that men just act like women are so fucking selfish because we want a fucking moment of silence to our damn selves, because we want a break away from the children that we fucking carry in labor for 9 fucking months and be around for 24 hours a day, every single fucking second, hearing mom this, mom that, doing shit for fucking small people who can't do shit for themselves, cleaning up after fucking people, changing shitty ass fucking diapers, catering to everybody in the motherfucking house but them goddamn self. I'm so sick and tired of being called fucking selfish because I want a fucking break in a moment of silence to my fucking self. So I leave my house and I come sit in empty fucking parking lots so I can literally have a moment of silence and just be fucking me. And men don't understand that mental health is fucking real. When you're around kids 24/7 and all you're doing is catering to other people and having to worry about the well-being and health of other fucking people, small people at that, it's fucking daunting. It's tiring. Who the fuck wants to do this shit all day, every day, and then be called selfish because we want 1 minute to ourselves, because we want to leave the house for 2-3 hours and just go be by ourselves. I'm literally 8 months pregnant. I'm about to have my 4th child. Literally, I feel like the past 3 years of my life have been nothing but fucking catering
to other people. And I'm so sick of it. And nobody wants to fucking understand. Nobody wants to hear you out until you hurt yourself. It's like beyond irritated that like motherhood has become so ugly for me. And it's like, it was never supposed to like be like this. Like, this is why women need mental support and mental help from their partners when they're going through stuff, and not judged for how the fuck they feel in their minds, because people get pushed to points like this, and I literally feel like I'm about to go check my fucking self into a mental hospital. I'm so fucking pissed off.